9, where we are going to briefly discuss cause and effect essays. Most of you have not chosen this as the topic for your essay, but it's important to understand what it is and the structure of it in case you come across it in 1301 and beyond. And some classes don't even want to write a cause in essay. So let's understand what it is. So a cause is something or someone that makes something happen. We know that's employed broad, right? Because that's kind of what it is. And the effect is the result of a particular cause. So some examples of cause and effect would be the cause is increased airport security, but the effect is you have long lines at airports. You could also say another effect would be increased safety at on airplanes and airports. A cause could be weight gain, and the effect from that weight gain could be health problems. And then it could be not just like physical health problems, but also mental health problems as well. Another example could be cause the seatbelt loss or lost, and the effect was traffic deaths will reduce. And that kind of goes into some recent ones about the car laws and like I don't remember what's in but there's more attention being drawn to increasing safety for children than cars, and the effect would be increase would be like in decreasing the number of deaths of children in platforms. So, as I'm going through this, you're noticing like an add-on, right? Because the single cause can have multiple effects, just like the single effect can come from multiple causes. It just really depends on what you're talking about. And that's where causal chains come in. So that is where one sequence leads to another, to another, to another. And just think about like a effect. So we have A causes B causes C causes D, and then so on and so forth, right? So some essays are going to entirely be about causal chains, whereas others are going to be, it's just cause and effect. So really just depends on how complicated your topic is. So let me look at this example here, right? We have a root cause, an underlying cause, and a unique cause. So we're talking about environmental impacts directly, indirectly from this particular cause. So let's just talk about the increase of pollution and the atmosphere. That is a cause. That has an underlying cause, which is the factories that create this pollution, the companies that create this pollution. And there is even another cause, which is people's demands for these particular items that factories need to produce, which also produces pollution. So the effects would be the environmental impacts of these particular causes, the socioeconomic impacts, and also direct social impacts. So again, this is a more complicated essay, so you'll probably see this more as you go through your English classes in part. But it's good to know what they are. Some types of essays would be identifying, oh my gosh, I smushed those words together. Identifying or analyzing causes. So why did something happen? Why did the women's movement happen? Why did the civil rights movement happen? Well, because that happened, there were a lot of causes that caused that to happen, and there were a lot of effects. And you can also do examining or predicting effects, so like how one thing influences another. So, for instance, the effects of smoking influences health, and the impact of the internet can influence people physically and emotionally and mentally, all of it, right? So, combination essays examine both the causes and effects of a situation or an event. The structure of this type of essays is very similar to everything you're used to at this point. There is an introduction where the last sentence is a thesis statement. There is the body paragraph, usually 3, that focuses on one cause, one effect, per paragraph. And then there's a summary statement. It kind of summarizes everything that we've talked about. Wow. There's some tips right here for you. But the main tip that the textbook reinforces is using the test to review what I said. Next up, the thesis statement. That was a good one, sorry. Unifies your essay. Make sure there's evidence that supports your thesis. Ensure that there's a summary statement at the end that reinforces the main idea. And then, of course, I check for transitions because those transitions have been ensure that your essay flows smoothly. And that is fun with it.